Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, Sissoko probing case of man allegedly having sex with a 12-year-old girl he met on TikTok. Police investigators assigned to the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse in St. Catherine are searching for a man who allegedly befriended a 12-year-old girl on TikTok, and the two allegedly subsequently had sex. He is being sought on suspicion of breaching the Sexual Offences Act, particularly having sexual intercourse with a person under 16 years old. The age of consent in Jamaica is 16. It is being alleged that the 24-year-old man and the young girl met on the social media platform in December 2024 and developed a friendship. It is being further alleged that he invited her to his home last week Friday, where they allegedly had sex. The 12-year-old reportedly disclosed what transpired to relatives, and a report was made to the police, which launched an investigation. Exotic animals and over 3,900 rounds of ammunition seized along shoreline in Westmoreland, men being sought. The police are reporting the seizure of over 3,900 rounds of ammunition and a quantity of cigarettes and exotic animals along the shores of White House, Westmoreland on Monday. Two men who fled the scene are being sought by the police. The seizure was made during an intelligence-driven operation by the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch along the Camp Hope and the Sansan beaches. Reports are that 5 a.m. investigators from CTOC's Special Operations Unit went to the location. According to the police, two men were seen removing items from the shoreline. Upon the approach of the police, the men fled, leaving behind the two knitted bags and the two makeshift cages containing 10 live and 9 dead exotic parrots, as well as the 2 squirrels. The bags contained ammunition, which tallied more than 3,900 rounds, according to the police. Several other items were seized, including tools and more than 20 packs of uncustomed cigarettes, the police added. The police say the National Environment and Planning Agency was immediately contacted, and the animals were taken into their care. Superintendent of Police Victor Barrett at the CTOC lauded the efforts of the police, noting that the illegal importation of exotic animals can pose a significant risk to our environment. The illegal trade of exotic animals is a clear and a present danger to our public's safety, national security, and environmental well-being. The JCF is aware of the threat posed by this trade and are pursuing those who are engaged in the act, said Barrett. Anyone with information that can assist the investigation is urged to contact CTOC at 876-967-1389, the National Intelligence Bureau at 811, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Students locked out of the Phoenix Academy, Jamaica, parents are furious. Parents stood furious at the Phoenix Academy, Jamaica gate in St. Andrew on Monday morning after their children were locked out and greeted with a notice, seemingly from the property owner. The news saw a copy of the notice, which pointed to an alleged dispute between the school and the landlord. Please contact my lawyer, the notice also read. I am so upset. These children are to be doing exams, and this is what greeted us this morning. The ministry needs to get involved. We are hardly hearing from anyone, and the head of the school has not been forthcoming, a parent told the news. A parent contacted the news, saying there were signs of trouble and the steps were taken to remove their child from the school. An administrator who was at the school on Monday morning told the news to contact the Ministry of Education about the matter. Education Ministry employee faces court for alleged payroll fraud. An employee of the Ministry of Education accused of defrauding the ministry had his bail extended when he appeared before the St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. Kadeem Wilson, 31, an accounts technician, was charged in April after the payroll fraud was uncovered by the ministry. Nearly $3 million is alleged to have been defrauded. Investigators alleged that between March 2023 and January 2024, Mr. Wilson manipulated a special accounting system set up to pay the salaries of watchmen employed to the Education Ministry at Heroes Circle in Kingston. He then allegedly uploaded millions of dollars to his personal account. The fraud was uncovered by auditors and the police called in. The government employee was subsequently arrested and charged by fraud squad detectives. Mr. Wilson, who made his first appearance in court on Friday, is to return on September 25. Police report increase in kidnappings by fake taxi operators. The police high command is reporting an increase in the number of kidnapping incidents in which kidnappers pose as public transport operators. But the station manager at the National Strategic Anti-Gang Division, Detective Inspector Paulette Winter Crossfield, was hesitant to describe these incidents as prevalent.
Motorists operating motor vehicles pretending to be taxis, and then persons who are so unsuspected, not knowing that it's not taxi, enter the vehicle and then they are held at gunpoint in the vehicle and taken to ATM, forced to give their banking information for the criminals to withdraw monies.
The police say kidnappers have targeted areas such as Papine, New Kingston, Hagley Park Road, Mountain View in St. Andrew, and the sections of St. Thomas. Commuters are being advised to take licensed taxis, noting that the previous incidents only involved illegal operators. The police are also recommending that commuters take a photograph of the vehicle, the license plate, and the driver, and share their live locations with a trusted relative or a friend. St. Anne man dies in crash on AGR Byfield Highway. A St. Anne resident died Monday morning in what the police have described as a freak accident along the AGR Byfield Highway in St. Anne's Bay. George Washington Wilson, a 67-year-old of Freehill in Bamboo, St. Anne, died in the single vehicle mishap. It is reported that about 11:50 a.m., Mr. Wilson was driving westerly near the Key Largo Beach when his vehicle got out of control and overturned, coming to a halt on the soft shoulder. He was pulled from the vehicle by motorists and assisted to the nearby St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations continue. New minimum wage is still not enough, says UK's. The Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees is urging the government to review the minimum wage for low-income earners. The new minimum wage increase came into effect on Sunday, June 1. It has moved from $15,000 to $16,000 per 40-hour work week. But speaking with the news, UK's President Vincent Morrison argued that minimum wage earners and the island's security guards cannot survive on the new increase.
The PIOJ recommended $18,000 per week as a livable wage years ago, and I believe that what the government should be looking on is something nearer to between $18,000 and $20,000 per week for security guard. I also want to strongly recommend to the Minister of Labour and to the Prime Minister the idea of formalizing a pension scheme for security guard across the island. I think it can be done. All the companies coming together. It can be done. It can be done by way of putting together a scheme that will cover security guard. What we have is a situation where when the guards retire from the companies, they have nothing to get. They cannot save because the $15,000–$16,000 a week that they have been getting, that you just cannot save anything out of that.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.